your guy at tight end?
Oh, yeah. I mean, me and Jay have been working real hard this offseason and even in camp. And I know his foot wasn't always healthy at the beginning of camp, but, he looks great now, and he's my guy. And hopefully that timing and that hard work will pay off.
How do you feel about the matchup of your O-line and their D-line? I mean, it seems like a pretty critical matchup in this game.
It is. I mean, that's one of the best D-line in the country. Looking at their two-deep depth chart, you're looking at like seven or eight seniors, and so they're taking one guy out and bringing in another guy with a lot of experience. So that's definitely the strength of their defense with Vic Beasley, one of the best pass rushers in the country, and so not only them but the linebackers. They return a good linebacker at middle linebacker and two safeties. So we're gonna have to execute, whether it's at left tackle, we're gonna have to execute at quarterback, and in the run game, a receiver's going to have to block. So, we're not going to win if we don't execute on a high level. And I know those coaches are probably preaching the same thing to them. So, hopefully we will. We got a good game plan. It's really about just going out there and executing.
Do you think you'll feel differently Saturday because you have those 2.5 games from last year under your belt?
I kind of go back to talking about just being nervous. There's really no reason to be nervous. Even last year when I would go in, I never was really nervous. I think nervous is for people that they don't really know what they're doing. They're not prepared. And while there was anxiousness, there was butterflies. But it wasn't like I got out there and I was like, oh shoot, I should have watched film. Like, where am I going on this? That never happens. So, and that's not going to happen on Saturday. And so, the ability to go out there and, smack yourself in the face and be like, dude, it's just a ball game, relax. I think that's pivotal, but I think that's why it's important to come out and have a good start and come out and even if we don't score in the first drive, the next drive.
Hutson, there's obviously been a couple other cases in the not too distant past of Georgia quarterbacks having to wait 4 years to get one season as a starter. Are you familiar with their experiences pretty well on Shockley's and Cox's?
Yeah, I am more familiar with Shockley because I have a better relationship with him and talked to him several nights and a lot of times about our situation. I am a good friend of Cox, but I don't talk to him quite nearly as much as Shockley.
So what are your conversations with Shockley been like pertaining to maximizing this one season?
Right. I think it's kind of what I've already preached on is just that expectation is there, and for me it's kind of like, oh, is he the next Shockley? Is it the next Shockley season? But you kind of just take it one game at a time, and that there is a lot of pressure. I'm not naive. I know that there is high expectations, and you're at Georgia, but I think that's important. That's why I kind of got off social media. You try and stay in a bubble where during season, all I'm doing is going from here to home. And so while I appreciate the advice of the fans and them telling me how good or how bad I am, you really just stay in a bubble and you try and stay focused on you, because if you're reading all this junk about how good or how bad you are, it takes a toll on you, and you start to find your identity in Johnny Brown, who's 12 years old from Wayne County, Georgia, So, you listen to what your coaches say, you listen to their game plan, and you just stay focused. And then I think the ability to stay focused is so hard now in college football because of social media, because of, you can turn the TV on and, you hear them talking about yourself, or it's easy to get a big head. But as a quarterback, I think it's important to set the example and show guys that, focus. And then, I was saying earlier about the records, I feel like if you're focused and you're doing it and preparing, then those things will come. You'll reap what you sow, so to speak, as far as your hard work and preparation.
What's it like to be the only college student where part of the world is still on social media?
Well, I wouldn't say, I know there's several other guys that, get off social media. I just think that the quarterback position is probably one of the most you see, because the quarterback position is the one who takes the blame. He's the one who takes the credit. No one blames the left guard for a bad game, really. The quarterback is going to get the blame. And so, and people are crazy these days and age, man. You get death threats. You're going to burn your house. You're going to, steal your scooter. It's just, I mean, nobody. If someone
Did you
was
just
tweeting you that about your job, I mean,
do something.
you just can't listen to it, man. I mean, it bogs you down, and if you listen to it too much, you start to lose your confidence, and confidence is everything at the quarterback position.
Did you get off